Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a fun way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, by leaving multiple comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. All these things do indeed help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says the crypto market is in deep red once again as Bitcoin went down to $47,200, while most altcoins have produced even more losses. Bitcoin lost more than $4,000 in the past 2 days after a dump, below $48,000. The altcoins are also again once in the red, with Ethereum trading beneath $3,800 and Solana nosediving by more than 7%. There's not a lot of price news as one would have expected, and there's no real immediate indication like we normally get that says exactly why prices have fallen. The only thing that I could continuously find was the thing about the options expiring, and therefore Bitcoin might be moving off because of that as well. At the same exact time, it says IOTA jumps by 7% while Filecoin struggles to trade above $40. I assume that the jump in IOTA's price has to do with the news that we received a couple of days ago about IOTA initiating, I think, a staking thing on their platform. And sure, why not? We usually talk, for those of you who stay here for that long, we usually talk about IOTA at the end of the video because IOTA has consistently remained in the top 50, usually around coin number 48 or 49. And I mean, they have like $17 million worth of trading volume. For context, other coins have like 23 billion. IOTA will have a couple million, and they've hung on. So I guess it's nice to see them doing well once again after really, I guess, having earned their place within the market. At the same exact time, once again, it says Bitcoin reacts as digital assets sell off, markets wrap. It appears as though the only other real logical reason that I could potentially find is that the stock market is also slightly shaky. While 4 years ago, we believed that now there would be no correlation between the cryptocurrency market and the stock market, a lot of the news that we've been getting or tend to get every 2 or 3 months appears to be that if tech stocks are slipping or falling or have some type of a sell-off, usually Bitcoin is undergoing the exact same thing, as a lot of people conflate Bitcoin to a tech stock company. Not joking, this is just kind of how it is. We've also seen a large amount of people from the traditional financial world who have moved into the cryptocurrency space. If they're giving some type of a seminar, a webinar, if they're talking on a stage, they'll usually mention that this is kind of how it's viewed in a certain way by other people within the sector. So, yeah, as it stands right now, the stock market doesn't look too good. Fiat currencies aren't looking too good. The world is still plunging into complete madness as it has been for the last 2 years. So I guess no real surprise. I'm sorry that I can't bring you more rosy Bitcoin price news or be one of the channels that tells you exactly how phenomenal Bitcoin is going to be performing sometime next year. But this is just part of the cycle. It's always this way. There's always a down and there's always an up. And then from the up, we go down, and then it kind of continues on in this method. So this was literally all the price news. I looked even back the last 24 hours, and it was very sparse, if you will. There was another article talking about IOTA and where it was potentially going to go and what the upgrade network thing was going to actually do, and basically how low Bitcoin could go before we saw another potential sell-off to $42,000 at the same time. So yeah, those are the price newses. And without further ado, let's move on. Now here's where we get like the avalanche of popular news, if you will. It says it's official. This was Binance Coin's year, and it took me a while to really understand what they were saying, so I'm going to explain it to you as well. Apparently, this was Binance Coin's year. There are no two ways about it. Binance Coin crushed it throughout 2021 and cemented itself as the third most popular coin in the world by market cap. Not a small feat, considering the phenomenal year that the altcoin had. Several projects had their moment in the sun. I don't know who wrote this, but it's very like what's the word? Like sensational, if you will. It's just Binance Coin. Like, you can calm down a little tiny bit. No one gets near Binance Coin, though. I assume this person really loves Binance Coin. So there's a company called Arcane Research who is very heavily in the news today, who basically announced that within the top 3 coins, right, that Binance Coin was the winner of the 3. See, it makes a little bit more sense now, because there's other articles going around talking about that this was Binance Coin's year and Binance Coin was the best performing coin, but they mean within the actual top 3 coins. It says Bitcoin may have beaten the stock market this year, but it has been left in the dust by other cryptocurrencies. Binance Coin is the best performer of the 3 biggest cryptocurrencies by market cap. It went up by 1,344%. The Binance Smart Chain ecosystem has seen massive growth in 2021, taking some market share from Ethereum. I was laughing with my friend. This was, weeks ago. I don't know when exactly it was. We were talking about being at the beginning of 2020 or the very end of 2019. I think Binance Coin was like $4, $5, $6, and being like, no one could have imagined this like astronomical growth of that coin. And we usually sit there and torture ourselves by being like, oh gosh, can you imagine if we had thrown $5,000 into that? Anyway, so yeah, Binance Coin, out of the top 3 coins, was the highest performing coin. And I guess that's just complete logic, because Bitcoin didn't do much. And Ethereum did something. Wasn't Ethereum like near $5,000, but it keeps sliding down because, anyway, that's the Arcane Research Binance Coin news. Also really popular in the news as well, we have this. Arcane Research has released their crypto predictions for 2022 as to where these coins are going to go or what exactly is going to happen. Blockchain data research firm Arcane Research has taken a look at the year that was in its final report for 2021 and offered its predictions for crypto markets going into 2022. Now, once again, grain of salt. Everyone's making predictions right now as to where these things are going to go. But this is very popular news, and therefore I have brought it to thee. Arcane's 28th of December, the weekly update report, focuses on Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as DeFi, meme coins, NFTs, derivatives, and others. Arcane offered a prediction for what would happen in 2022 on every topic covered in the report. They say that Bitcoin will outperform the S&P 500 next year. I don't think this is so much of a prediction as much as this has always happened diction every single year. I think even on Bitcoin's like worst years, after a major fall and any type of movement upward, it usually tends to outperform. It says the S&P 500 was up by 28% this year and Bitcoin is up by 73%. I think that's just completely logical. I don't know if it's just me. It says XRP and Cardano will fall out of the top 10. This is going to, I think, rustle a lot of feathers. Arcane noted the tremendous gains on Binance Coin this year, peaking at about 1,600% in May and rounding out about 1,344% for the entire year. Based on this and the growth in market cap from altcoins like Solana and Terra Luna, along with the NFT craze, the analysts are tipping XRP and Cardano that they will exit the top 10 list. I do not disagree. I do think it is a bit of a shame. If we have, I assume now, as it's the end of the year, we have nothing but time to talk about this. There's so many coins, I think, that had such an immense amount of potential. Not saying that they haven't done great or amazing things this year, but you understand what I'm saying. If you've been around in the cryptocurrency market, especially for the entirety of this year, a lot of coins had super popular, great momentum, and then kind of fell to the side. And I dare even say, as far as all the news that we kept on getting, 99% of the news that we kept on getting about Ripple/XRP had to do with the SEC's lawsuit within the United States. Why is it that there was no other spectacular news about what Ripple/XRP would be doing in any other of the 190 countries on the planet? Why was all the focus just on that one thing? I don't know. I find it kind of weird. Why was there no expansion into Canada, into Latin America? Why was there no further expansion into Europe? or even into the UK, because we heard, I think they have an office in the UK. Why was there no, like, it's kind of a really weird, why were you not doing anything else? And why was there so much focus on kissing the SEC's toes? I may never be able to figure that out. And the same thing with Cardano, that we were talking about this, I believe, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I felt like, as many other people did as well, so many other things should have been built on top of Cardano, or done on top of Cardano, or, some other type of initiative. So many coins, this is my opinion, they upgrade and they update, but they do the exact same thing or try to mimic what Ethereum is doing. I don't understand why no one else has decided to become the platform for this, as opposed to the platform that everyone else is also using as well. I could totally see, I think XRP and Cardano will kind of go the route, if they're not careful, of IOTA and many other major coins. Zcash, Dash, these clusters, if you will, that they'll be around for a very long time. But if they don't do something quick, their spot in the spotlight will not last a lot longer. That's my opinion. We'll see exactly. Once again, no one knows the future. But as someone who's seen these coins develop over the last 4 or 5 years, I expected the team to do a whole lot more than they've actually done. It says alternative layer ones will continue to outperform Ether. I assume they mean price-wise. The amount of, oh boy, if Ethereum does not upgrade sometime next year, I think it's more than game over for them. I think the hype will remain for Ethereum, but there will be a very quick downslide, because, as I always say, if you can do it, do it. These coins that keep popping up, that not only do exactly what Ethereum does, but they're actually showing a huge uptick in market price and actual usage. People taking off their NFTs and other coins and putting it onto these brand new platforms. And even just the idea, if you want to be completely realistic, as far as the potential price gains, it seems believable that Ethereum being near or close to $4,000, that we could see an $8,000 or a $10,000 Ethereum. It seems believable. However, these other coins that have very low market caps, and I don't explicitly mean Terra Luna or Phantom or these other coins, something that does exactly what Ethereum does, that's trading at $1 or $2, you could easily see that going to at least $25, $35, $45. That's a 10, 15, 20x. And Ethereum doesn't look like it's going to be doing a 20x anytime soon in price. I am hopeful that Ethereum does finally initiate the merge, or that we get some type of news immediately after the new year, because the momentum will not continue. Ethereum is very popular because it has a large number of venture capital firms who are behind it and have put tons of money into it. But the moment that they realize or figure out or see that they could be making 100x as opposed to a 3x from Ethereum, they would simply move on, if you will. They also predict that traditional gaming companies will increasingly add NFTs. Not surprising at all. I assume NFTs will continue to grow over the course of 2022. I think that any major hype, dare I say, has relatively calmed down at this point. We don't hear too much about them, but there's still a lot of activity still happening within the NFT space. But I think the people who are currently into the NFT space are in to the NFT space. They really love it. They understand that they want to dive deeper into it. But I think as far as worldwide adoption, we're probably around a good 2 to 3 years away. I think we're still at the very beginning of what NFTs are actually going to be. Once again, considering that NFTs are not just art, they can actually be anything as well. It says even more crypto companies will go public, and several will have valuations above $5 billion. Sure, why not? That was one of the main topics of this year as well. It was Coinbase was trying to go public. Kraken was trying to go public. I think Binance hinted that they were thinking of potentially trying to go public, and that's when the SEC and other regulators jumped down their throat. They were like, you don't have a physical location, or whatever they were trying to say to Binance. It's just complete logic. They realize if they can make tons. Once again, these are just companies. I had to. How do I even say this? I try to avoid it, but sometimes people make me very annoyed, so I do respond back to them or talk to them on Twitter. Not any of you, it's people like outside this actual space. A lot of people don't understand that this is all about money. And I mean that in the most honest, complete way. The entire point of people making other coins, making other layers, making things that compete with or against Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP or Cardano is money. It's all about money. And a lot of people seemingly think that a lot of these companies are really just there, once again, to make life easier for them or these other things. And it's like, no, they're doing it because they want to enrich themselves. And you have to always remember that. But some people really, I'm trying to choose my words lightly. They really love to stand behind these companies. That's a nice way of saying it. You probably get what I want to say, but that's exactly what it is. So anyway, yeah, I assume a lot more companies will try and go public. The idea being if we can make tons of money in crypto, we can also make tons of money on the actual stock market. That's just how it goes. And I think, is this the last one? Yeah, I think so. They predict that Bitcoin ETFs will hold more than 1 million Bitcoin by the end of next year. Yes, I wholeheartedly assume so. Rich people are doing everything that they can to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. I will continue repeating this until everyone understands. And I think that may take 38,000 years. But yes, the Bitcoin ETFs that we had news about earlier this year have grown massively. They're not slowing down anytime soon. They understand exactly where this space is going to go and potentially how high the Bitcoin could also go in the future as well. The US has missed out. There's no other way of really explaining it. If by the end of next year, there's still no US Bitcoin ETF because of the SEC, it's basically game over. I expect many of the other countries who already have 5 or 6 other ETFs through their countries are only going to continue to get more, because if the paperwork looks correct one time, you basically copy and paste and kind of get the other things going. We're also seeing a lot of Ethereum ETFs also floating around, and I think those are also going to be popular as well. So yeah, I think next year is going to be a doozy. I think a lot of people are going to be looking at what Michael Saylor and Plan B have been saying, because as of right now, for those of you who don't know the timeline, June, as far as we've heard, is kind of the cutoff point. June is supposed to be where the market has already exploded and is at brand new all-time highs, and Bitcoin is at 6 figures and some change. So yeah. Anyway, that's the arcane research news. Very, very popular, floating around right now. But I think any type of prediction for next year is popular. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on. Next up, also in the news, I got a bit annoyed by this when I first read it, but now it completely makes a lot of sense. The South Korean government has moved to block the release of new play-to-earn games and requested the existing ones be removed from Google Play and Apple's App Store. For those of you who don't know, I mean, it's self-explanatory what a play-to-earn is, but these games have become very, very popular, especially in Southeast Asia. Of course, many other places as well, but a lot of the news you'll hear about Southeast Asia playing a lot of these games. The idea being you normally have to buy an NFT first, and you use that game character to play inside of these games. I don't know what you're doing in these games. I've never seen them. Axie Infinity being one of the more popular ones. And in a lot of countries and cities and communities where I've read, it may not be as easy to find a job or employment or something like that. People are playing these games, and it's actually giving them enough money to be able to live. So this is kind of the idea. It says play-to-earn gaming has become popular in the gaming industry. Gamers typically must first purchase game pieces as NFTs in order to play, and then receive in-game rewards. However, gaming prizes over a few dollars are banned in South Korea. So I dug a bit deeper, and like I said, I was a bit annoyed because I assumed it was just simply another poke at the cryptocurrency space, trying to get people out of it in some sort of way. This country has a very large problem with people playing video games nonstop. I won't go too deep into it, but they've had a very long 10-15 year history of like gaming arcades. You can even type it in, like gaming arcades where they're just completely packed and people sometimes stay there for around 30 hours. and don't eat and don't drink any water and stuff like that. So the idea is to kind of curb this, because if you were playing video games before with no monetary incentive, if you can make money from it, this also may then cause a problem in the country as well. So I don't live there. I don't know exactly the level of how deep this actually goes. But even more so, it's also going to be a bit of an issue because they're asking these hyper gigantic centralized companies to stop these games, but also DeFi and other things will be existing on websites and other places very, very soon. So that's going to be, anyway, the point is this is very popular news. Once again, I assume a lot of people have read it from my first vantage point where I was, reading it as, well, it's simply the authorities trying to get people to stop not only making money, but also being able to play video games. But then when you realize what exactly has been going on there, it kind of makes a bit more sense. Anyway, that's the South Korea news. And let's move on. Also in the news, Ferrari has apparently made a deal with a Swiss tech company called Veloz to create NFTs for Scuderia fans. I don't know what a Scuderia is. It sounds like a scooter. Scuderia Ferrari, is that their full name? Okay, Ferrari signed a multi-year partnership with a company called Veloz Network AG to create NFTs for its fans. This is the racing team's first interaction with the digital asset industry, with some Formula One rivals have already marked initial steps. So apparently Ferrari's making NFTs. There's like a little video right here, but they don't show anything at all. It just like this logo pops in and then this logo pops in. So I assume at some point we are going to be seeing Ferrari NFTs. This was also very popular news of the day. I myself don't explicitly believe that people are going to be driving cars in the metaverse. I'm sure it's possible. I would assume in a metaverse, you'd simply be able to teleport, as physics don't really come into play. But I guess people want Ferrari NFTs because it's Ferrari. All right, that's the Ferrari news. I don't know how to really end that one or even talk really more about it. It was very popular. I understand the appeal. Not really. I'm not a car person, and I know like 5 of you just like clutched your pearls. I don't see the appeal of cars because, and without further ado, let's move on. And to finish things off, GameStop is now apparently seeking applications from NFT creators, as indicated by their website. GameStop's NFT site is now headlined with the words "calling all creators," even though apparently it's not all creators. Users apparently can submit a request to join the site as an NFT creator by completing a web form. The application form asks for the applicant's name, website link, email address, blood type, how tall they are, the jokes, and optionally an Ethereum wallet address. It also asks the applicant whether they are an independent artist or a company representative. That section of the application reads, "What best describes you, ba ba da ba da ba da ba da." The form additionally asks the applicant whether they have created any NFTs in the past and whether they have plans for NFTs to be created in collaboration with GameStop. Those questions imply that GameStop will be fairly selective about the NFTs that it issues, and that it may not be an open platform such as OpenSea or Rarible. My opinion, this is going to be a very costly mistake. They are not going to do very well if they go down this route. Before we had the likes of OpenSea and Rarible, we had something called Nifty, and I think Nifty is by the Gemini twins, and it was also another website as well. The initial idea for these platforms and many NFT platforms was exclusivity. You cannot join our platform unless you are a major artist, you have done 10 million in sales, you have a gigantic portfolio, and can you guess what happened to those platforms? Exactly. No one talks about them. This is why we keep talking about OpenSea, or that OpenSea has such a huge amount of the portion of the amount of people who are actually creating NFTs. I think if GameStop is really trying to reinvent themselves, especially in a decentralized NFT manner, and they make sure that they only have the largest or some of the largest artists on their platform, it'll be appealing for a month and a half as people try to buy these NFTs to make profit from them, what have you. But the platform will quickly flounder because you need normal people on your platform. It's the same exact way if the entirety of the cryptocurrency industry was just wealthy people high-fiving themselves, the crypto market would collapse almost immediately. You need to have other people on there. It's the same exact thing. There's a reason why we don't hear about Binance's NFT platform, because for the first 6 or 7 months, they only allowed, and I use this air quote lightly, rich people onto the platform, already very established artists. Anyway, you can tell I have my own thoughts and feelings about this because I don't understand how anyone can try to get into the cryptocurrency space or the cryptocurrency industry in any capacity and not understand that it has to be inclusive in some sort of way. If you only make sure that rich people are using these platforms, you're missing 99% of the actual market. So I hope that this is just for the beginning. Maybe they're trying to have some actual big headliners to get other people to use their platform. But I assume, once again, GameStop is probably going to try and go the hyper-exclusive route. And then by, I say, summer, August, no one will be talking about them. It's really sad. I don't understand how people don't understand how society works. Like, you can't exclude people because people won't follow you. It's very, very simple. It's just, I don't. Anyway, that's the GameStop news. It was kind of popular. It was kind of floating around. Anytime that GameStop or even AMC reappear in the news, we had AMC a lot earlier this year where they were accepting all the different cryptocurrencies for movie tickets. Has anyone seen Spider-Man yet? I still have not seen Spider-Man, and I am trying to avoid spoilers, but I really want to see it. Anyway, that's the GameStop making NFT news. Weren't they also doing something else? I don't know. Weren't they also making? No, they're not making their own decentralized exchange. I think that'd be way too much for them. I don't know. Anyway, that's the GameStop news. Let's moving on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, FUDWISER, Mortified, Roman Geba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Call This Was Like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Turnoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila Dahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Grace, Moham Maroni, Massive Images in Thailand, Jared Sider, Wise Knight, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cold D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Man, Gialavodi, Jim Gardner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Ramacho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a brand new Patreon member. I do thank thee. Thank you to everyone who left a like, has commented, is a subscriber, has supported the channel in their own way. I do appreciate it. At the momento, Bitcoin is currently at $47,824. It is down by 2%. Nothing dramatic. As I mentioned yesterday, if we were down by around 25%, I might have a little sweat on my brow, but it's only 2%. What have you? Ethereum is also down by 2% as well. Solana is down by 6%. Maybe something dramatic. Uniswap is up by 3%. Okay, that's something. Chainlink is down by 6%. Mana is down by 5%. I was looking at, I'll be honest with you. I was looking at Mana and trying to figure out like exactly how high it could go. Not investment advice, more of a, I was looking at the actual numbers. If it has a $6 billion market cap and is $3.88, if it's $60 billion, that's $33. If it's $600 billion, that's $338. I could see over the course of a 2-3 year period, if Mana does actually do well, or rather, if the metaverse does well, I could totally see this reaching 600 billion as a market cap. 338. That's how my brain works when it comes to like investing. It's always like a probability kind of thing when it comes to, anyway, that's just something that was floating around in my head. Cosmos is down by 9. Phantom is up by 6. Oh, okay, Mr. Phantom. Anything else crazy? IOTA is up by 3%. Riding the wave. Look at their trading volume. Wow, okay. Helium is up by 2%. Leo Unis is up by 7% as well. Anything else? Nope. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.